Good morning, you beautiful souls, and welcome to another Sunday Satsang. I'm very excited for this one because there is so much power when we fully embrace this moment we call now and let everything go. That's why the word surrender is very applicable because it's a simple being, it's a dropping away, it's a letting go of every expectation, every assumption, and simply allowing what already is present to unfold naturally. So, figure out your position, get comfortable, get cozy, get those last few wiggles out, and we'll begin. When you hear those first 3 taps of the bell, allow yourself to take a nice deep breath in. With your exhale, transform that release into a powerful Om. Simply observe the body, observe the breath. Do not focus on the emotions or the thoughts, but rather the distinction between that which is seen and heard and the observer of them. With a smile on our face, we lovingly look, listen, and observe every happening, internal and external, with grace, effortlessness, and love. As you hear the next sound of the bell fade, allow all tensions to release. Consciously draw in the breath and let go of anything causing a distraction, a disturbance within you. Cast it out using your presence, your power, your authority as the perceiver and creator of your reality. I lovingly invite you into the space of your own heart. And in doing so, I invite you into my own. For it's here, the seat of the soul, our true center point as a human being. The heart is a gateway, a portal that connects you to everything. However, the happenings of the heart are paradoxical. For if we seek to open up our heart, we must let go of everything we claim to love. For our current understanding in this world, love is limited. It's expressed to the external and physical things, but the highest form of love is that in which we give to ourselves. The praise of life, gratitude for all experiences as grace. And ultimately, there is an aspect of detachment to the pureness of love that is our own beingness. We cannot hold on and smother We must allow everything to simply be as it is, to allow life to express itself, and that truth is your love. The dance between observer and experiencer, the doer and the seer. Taking a nice deep breath. And as the body's filled up with air and the vital forces of the universe, when you let it go, simply watch the body effortlessly, silently release the tension. You can consciously dictate the energies within your form. So, again, taking a nice deep breath and release and let go of anything currently distracting you. One more time, take a deep breath as you create the loving space for yourself to simply experience the now. It's this act of love, this mission of life in which each of us can partake in. For time is experienced like a film, one scene, one moment at a time. And allowing everything to be and letting go enables you to be here and experience this moment in full immersion and intimacy. But again, it comes back to the concept of love. To surrender to the now, we must let go of all expectations. Never assume. For your own power as a manifester, as a creator, enables you to bring those doubts, those seeds of separation into fruition. Every assumption and expectation we have on the current moment distracts us from living in it purely, freely, fully. So take a deep breath and allow everything to let go. As the exhale drops away from the body, so too do your expectations in this moment. Know that the imagination will never create what you experience fully. And in truth, your imagination is limited by the concepts you understand within your own mind. The imagination, the body, the ego, it matters not what you call and identify it as. It will never lead you to the fulfillment and fruition of the deepest desires of your heart. For it is limited in the capacity in which it knows. To experience stillness, emptiness, nothingness, and your truth, you must dive into the unknown, that in which hasn't been experienced before. So let go of every anticipation of the mind and the body, and allow yourself to take a deep breath and simply be here. It's in this act of rest, it's in this doing of nothing that we come to be in this marinating state of love, of attention, of being. Which is why you hear me say, don't do, but simply be. For this rest, this opportunity does not arise through actions, but rather letting go of the habitual actions we continue to do day in and day out throughout our days. The past, the future, they mean nothing here. The only thing that matters is the present moment, is the now. For in truth, it's the only experience you've ever known. Even when reflecting in the past, you're still using the present now. Worrying about the future, still using the present now. Distracted from things you should be doing in the present, that too is still using this current moment we call now. Come to escape the bounds and limitations of time. For when you are immersed in the now, you effortlessly flow. Do not overlook the subtleties of your own experience. You too have known this firsthand many a times. Look and reflect upon your life in which the inverse has happened. How is life experienced when we no longer live here in the world, but live in the realm of our mind, running around pacing with angst? We can see the inverse effect happens. Time is experienced incredibly slow, painfully slow, and a single second can last an eternity. And this is the subtle yet profound teaching in which our own experience is always trying to present us. For when we let go, we're free. And when we hold on, we suffer. These two experiences lead to many opportunities, not only of revelation, but of suffering. We must look at our life when we are experiencing this beautiful opportunity to live as an effortless movie, a film that dances by, and us smiling and playing along with glee. Life itself is always trying to reward us with the truth. But only when we let down our arms of personhood and enjoy this play freely do we receive such grace. Surrender. Let go of your expectations. Allow your assumptions of this world and yourself to dissolve away. And in taking a deep breath, fill yourself up with that love and light around you. Observing the energy and how it's transmuting throughout the body, transforming each and every cell, silencing the emotions in the mind and sensations of form. So you may simply observe and rest as you are. Taking in a deep and loving breath, allow yourself to focus fully on your state of observation, listening, sensing, observing, hearing each and every phenomena inside the body and outside of it. And with this third breath, focus solely on the inhalation, bringing in the light of love around you. Hold this breath as long as you can comfortably, and shift your attention to the heart. Not the physical organ, but the center point within the chest. And as the body takes over the breathing and you exhale, allow yourself to feel the lightness, the weightlessness of the form as the heart begins to unfold and open up. It's this state of peace, it's this state of calm, obtained through simply resting as you are, being as you are, that we can come to see as the physical knowing of our connection to the now. For when everything drops away, we can finally be as intended, in union with life, living intimately with the now. And this is not outside of you, this is you. The sense of self, the presence that we know as I am and me, is something that never leaves you. It's the only constant in your experience. What we identify, what we hold on to, what we associate with that me may change. But your window of awareness is always and ever will be your own. And when we finally come to understand ourselves as this silent witness, as this intuitional being that just knows, we escape the distractions and come to love what we really are. And it's in this love of self and this love of life that we come to recognize the intimacy of not only this moment we call now, but that in which we know as ourselves. Take a deep and loving breath. And as you exhale, simply marinate within your beingness. Know that this act of love, this act of letting go and surrender, in truth, is not an action of doing, but a cessation of the old habits that distract us from being here, right now. And when we fall in love with this effortlessness, this nothingness, we effortlessly engage, we effortlessly join life, living in the flow as the flow itself. No distinction between self and other, but simply experiencing life and watching this play unfold. To surrender to the now is to fully fall in love with this moment. For again, we effortlessly allow it to be and express itself how it needs to. Putting down the arms of our conditionings, erasing and dropping away our assumptions and expectations. Silencing the mind and the emotions and the body by being so enamored in this current moment of observation, being so enamored with living. You pinpoint not one specific happening, but embrace everything in the state of love and openness you are. Not one specific sound takes over, but all are heard in even harmony. The barrier and limitation of your own form dissolves away, and the immersion and intimacy of life around you is felt. But the most beautiful recognition of surrendering to the now is knowing that it took nothing to get you there. just being who you really are, purely, freely, lovingly, and effortlessly. For it's here in this absence of doing that we receive the grace, energies, insights, and downloads that life has always been eager to present us. We finally just put our arms down and embraced it, like a loved one and a warm hug. Allow yourself to simply rest, to marinate in this knowing of calm and peace. Fundamentally recognize that it's something that wasn't obtained. It's not outside of you. Not only is it you, it's seemingly covered up by the distractions of the mind and the emotions. But this effortlessness is a realm that can never be covered up, only forgotten. Come to know yourself as the silence. Continue to live in this distinction between the happenings of the mind and form and body and the observer of it. For in this sense, meditation is not a control of the mind or an expunging of the mind, but a distinction between that in which happens within us and that in which is within us that sees it. Take in one more deep, loving breath. And as that light of love fills each and every cell, expanding to every nook and cranny within the form, exhale and release anything holding you back from these moments, not only of recognition, but of peace. Again, take a deep breath in as we fill ourselves up with that radiant light around us. And we exhale and release all distractions and disturbances within our own beingness. And one more deep breath here. Filling yourself up with light, begin to glow and radiate whatever color you choose. As you create a barrier between yourself and that in which causes you to lose sight of your own peace, so you may ever remain in the knowing of now, living love through its purest manifestation, you. And with the next tap of the bell, take a nice deep breath. And again, with a smile on your face, lovingly and effortlessly release an alm. As your divine cord radiates throughout your own body in this universe, may it create a bridge, an easy road for you to come back home to the effortlessness, to the love and intimacy of the now, forever letting go of all things that separate you from your pureness. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. And I love you so much. Thank you for joining me this morning. If you have any questions or comments, now is your time. As always, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and like button. And there's an incredible urgency that I received yesterday, essentially, when preparing this live stream, that there is opportunity leaving us in this realm to fully engage and experience the beauty of life with ease, I should say. um, Now, this is to understand the ease, I guess you could say the opposite would be to having to forcibly come to these recognitions of who you are, of the delusions of the world, not only individual, but societal. And in order to really and fully tap into who you are, it's important that you learn how to let go. Learn how to let go of the expectations and the assumptions, the past that we hold on to that really distracts us from living here in the now, because the only way that we can fully unfold and awaken to the truth within our own hearts and ultimately come to understand the similes and parallels that each being experiences on this path of unfoldment, it's incredibly important that we learn to be here and now, to let go, as you heard, the arms of conditioning and personhood, of the mind, of the emotions, and of the sensations. And it's incredibly important that we understand the role of separation in all of this. Ultimately, most of what we let go of is this concept of otherness and simply being as we are, marinating in the present moment to simply experience life freely without judgment. And that time is quickly approaching when all of us must do some serious reflection and soul searching to determine what world we want for ourselves, but what world we want to create for everyone else and the generations to come. So, surrendering to the now is the ultimate expression of love because it's a pure and open letting go. Love is open, love is free, love has no limitations. It puts up no walls of separation and otherness. It doesn't assume, it allows things to be as they are. So, the ultimate act of love for ourselves is to really tap into the now. I got that comment. Oh, as always, thank you very much, Digital Media Dude. You're a real one, and I appreciate you. Um, but ultimately, we must recognize now that this is the time for love and compassion to truly shine. And there's no better moment than right now to experience it. So recognize here that what you learned this morning, what you experienced this morning, isn't something that's limited to simply sitting down. This is the test. This is the kind of teaser. This is the, I almost like to say, appetizer for the experiencer, that you get a taste of what it's like. Now, the whole point of meditation is to apply this not only for the being form of meditation, but for the doing, that you can do this all the time. You can experience life and engage with people and work and do all the things you need to do in the day, but still be living in that effortless love, a little bit of separate, to simply experience life as it is. And I guess that's what you could say is the spiritual paradox of this, is because in order to be in the now, we have to separate ourselves from all the things we're doing all the time. We have to use separation in itself to detach from all these concepts that really separate us from this intimate moment experienced as now. So, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may our love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you, and I love you so much. And just know that if we do lose power and things go out, just know that every Wednesday 8 p.m. Pacific time, Sunday 8 a.m. Same thing. I'm meditating with you, and time and space mean nothing. The universe is just one big batch of oneness, and we're always connected to each other. So allow yourself to fully live in love. And remember that you are love. If you need to, say that as much as you need to. I am love. And that concept and everything we covered today will just naturally unfold and express itself because, again, love is open. So love yourself, love others. And if you haven't yet, let someone you know you love them today and every day and always, of course. Again, I love you so much. Take care. Have a great day. In fact, make it one. You're the only one who can. Peace.